How's it doing? So the great government of Ireland, the great government of Ireland, under me whole Martin, has decided to random testing at the airports, because we were over 25,000 cases. Why not now? Let's have tests at the airports. There's over 10,000. 10,000 came through Dublin Airport in the last month. From America and from other hotspots, and they were like, all of a sudden now, and sorry for my hair stand up, but yeah, it's comical. It's a comical country, this country, because you can walk in, and if Irish people were to be, there'd be 100, like you can't even get near Australia or New Zealand, and if an Irish person does go to Australia and New Zealand for a essential travel, by God, you'd be forced to quarantine. You won't be allowed to walk into New Zealand or Australia without being quarantined. Because you'd be forced to either quarantine or set back, whichever one. Which is the right way, over this country, the two-penny potty. And then the comical thing was, and I keep saying it, but they brought in people with the cherry pick, and they wouldn't let anybody from Ireland. They travelled a long more journey than anybody from Ireland did when we were all forced into lockdown. It's comical. They let everybody else from every other part of the world come into Ireland and wander around the place. And then when the Irish people want a bit of freedom to go everywhere, don't let them. So I don't know why they're saying, oh, it's the Irish people's fault. The Irish people should be listening to us. How dare the Irish people not listening to us about social distancing and everything like that. And the thing I have to say is, it's an island. It's an island nation. If you have controllers on the airports, on the borders, on the ports, you're not going to have much of a problem, to be honest. It's not like you're in Germany or France or New Zealand. Well, not New Zealand, but countries that beside each other. Ireland only has Northern Ireland, the ports, the airports. That's basically it. There's not much else. You're blessed to it, in other words. And New Zealand and Australia know that. That they're an island nation and they can deal with it more better than any other country, really. But in this country, they just haven't got the brain. They just haven't, they know what they're doing. The government knows what they're doing, but they know how to get the money, how to milk this drive for everything they can. And getting them office supplies and everything like that. But it's just comical. It's random testing at airports. I don't think there was any testing before. I don't think there was any testing before, but it's just so stupid. This could, it's just, you just can't win with this government because they just don't want to do the logical things. Because, the tourist industry is being hurt, and let's be honest. But at the same time, you don't want to be bringing, 10,000. 10,000 is way too much to have at the moment of time. It's just, with everything going on, it is very, communities are very frightened and very worried. And having 100 million, a lot of American tourists coming around from hotspots in America, just not helping. Because there's a lot of anxiety around communities, at this moment of time, especially local, Bundoran, for example. Bundoran is probably terrified at the moment, especially with the bank holiday coming up. The bank holiday weekend is now, but they'll be terrified. The people around there will be terrified, because Bundoran is obviously a lovely place and a big hotspot for tourism. Then there's other places too that be absolutely terrified to have people coming in now. But it's just it's just a mess. It's just a mess. This country you thought this country is bad before, but it's going to be a lot worse. And I bet you anyone will be locked down by the end of the month or the next month, because this government just doesn't. It's just blaming the people of Ireland. This is the thing I just don't like, and I keep saying. They blame the people of Ireland, but nobody else gets the blame. It's only the people of Ireland when they're doing their best. Everybody else, everybody else from other countries too, and everything like that, except from everything. They're not forced to quarantine or anything like that. But if an Irish person has, if they come back, they're forced to quarantine. Which is probably right, but if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. It's good for everybody. As they say, it's unlawful. That's the way they say it in this country. It's unlawful. You can't do it. You're not allowed to do it. That's total bull. That's total bull. I'm sure they could bring in some emergency power to do it. At the end of the day, if it is no love for, the save people's lives is more better than, going by the law. As you see in New Zealand, I'm sure it's unlawful to be forcing people to quarantine in New Zealand. But and same in Australia, but they're doing it. They're doing it because they're putting the peoples of Australia and New Zealand's health first. They're not putting profit first. Which is the right way, and they're putting the safety of the people first. Which is right. In this country, they're just too busy worrying about Enda Kenny's fucking salary and Leo Varadkar's salary and everybody's salary. They're too busy worrying about taking the. Like, I bet you anybody they haven't took a pay cut, as they said they would, but it's just comical country. It's just a comical republic we live in.